Back, let's continue with more theorems on field theory. The text I'm using is Joseph Rodman's Galois theory, which is second edition. Okay, let's see third isomorphism theorem today, that is theorem G8. The theorem says we are given S, which is contained in K. They are normal subgroups of G. Then K by S is a normal subgroup of G by S, and G by S by K by S is isomorphic to G by K. So our aim is to prove two things in this theorem, just as like in second isomorphism theorem and all. We need to prove two things in this theorem. That is, first one is K by S is a normal subgroup of G by S, and the second thing we need to prove here is G by S by K by S is isomorphic to G by K. We are given S is contained in K, which is a normal subgroup of G. So this is what third isomorphism theorem is. So let's move on to proof. So for proving isomorphism, we need to have three things. First, we need to prove function is well defined. Next is homomorphism, one-to-one and two-on-two. If all these conditions are proved, then we can tell like it is isomorphic to G by K or some groups given. Okay. So for that, I'm defining a mapping F, which is defined from G by S to G by K, defined by f of xs, which is equal to xk for x belongs to G. So I need to prove that this function defined is well defined, which is homomorphic one-to and one-to-one. Okay, firstly let's see how to prove it is a well-defined. Prove f is well defined, I'm taking xs, which is equal to ys for some xy belongs to G. So according to the property of coset, we have if ah is equal to bh, then if coset ah is equal to bh, then b inverse into a belongs to h. So using that property, we are writing here as here we have xs is equal to ys for xy belongs to G. So according to this property, we can write like y inverse into x, which belongs to S. So if h is equal to bh, then b inverse into a belongs to h. Similarly, if xs is equal to ys, then y inverse x belongs to x. So we are given in the statement itself S is contained in, S is a subset of K, that is S is contained in K. So instead of S we can write K, that is y inverse x is contained, y inverse x belongs to K since S is contained in K. So y inverse s is equal to some K dash, I am taking y inverse x is equal to some K dash, where this K dash is in capital K. So now multiplying y in the left side of this element, that is y into y inverse x, which is equal to y K dash. Position is very important since it's a coset. So y into y inverse x is equal to y K dash for some K dash belongs to K. So y dash, some grouping terms according to grouping elements according to my convenience of operating. Okay, so I'm grouping y dash together and keeping x apart. So I get like y dash into x, which is equal to y into K dash for K dash belongs to capital K. Okay, y into y dash is nothing but 1. So 1 into x is equal to y K dash for K dash belongs to K. So 1 into x is nothing but x, which is equal to y K dash. So if I take image of xs is nothing but ys. So if I take f of xs, that is image of xs under f, which is equal to xk, which is equal to xk. I defined mapping f from g by s to g by k by f of xs is equal to xk. So f of xx is equal to xk. What is xk? Xk is nothing but yk dash. So instead of yk dash into k. So instead of x, I am substituting x is nothing but yk dash. So xk, which is equal to yk dash into k. So I am grouping similarly. We know that this k dash belongs to k and x is equal to yk dash. Okay, grouping similar terms, that is yk into k dash into some k. Okay, so yk into k dash is nothing but k dash into k is nothing but k. So k I am writing like 1 into k, which is equal to yk into 1 into k. K dash into k is nothing but k. So instead of k I am writing as 1 into k, which is equal to y into 1 into k. So grouping terms like this. Okay. Y into 1 into k, which is nothing but y into k. Y into k. If f of xs is equal to x into k, then y into k will be nothing but f of ys. So we took xs is equal to ys, and hence we arrive at what? F of xs is equal to f of ys. That is, our function is well defined. Now it's remaining to prove that f is homomorphic, one-to-one, on-to, etc. Okay. For proving homomorphism, I am taking two elements xs and ys from the domain function, that is f defined from g by s to g by k. That is, I am taking two elements from the domain, that is g by s. So what will be the corresponding image? So f of xs ys, which is nothing but f of xs into ys is nothing but xy into s. F of xy into s is nothing but f of xs is equal to xk. So f of xys is nothing but xy into k. Xy into k we can split like x into k into y into k. X into k is nothing but f of xs. Y into k is nothing but f of ys. So if we take two elements in the domain and if we multiply these two elements and taking image of that, which is equal to the image of each element multiplied. That is, f of xs into ys is equal to f of xs into f of ys. That is, homomorphism is proved. Now taking the definition of kernel of f. Kernel of f is nothing but set of all x's belongs to the domain, that is g by s, with the image of x's under f is equal to k, which is equal to x's which belongs to g by s. F of xs is nothing but xk, which is equal to k. So xk, which is equal to k for all x belongs to k. That is, which is equal to xs belongs to g by s with the x belongs to k. This is nothing but k by s. So now it's remaining to prove that f is onto. For that, I am taking an element xk from the codomain of the function, that is g by k. So x belongs to g, then correspondingly x into s belongs to g by s. So image of x is under f, which is nothing but xk, that is f of x is nothing but xk, that is function is onto. We took an element in the codomain, so correspondingly I have an element in the domain, that is xk, xx belongs to g by s, that is correspondingly I have an element in the domain and image of that element, which is nothing but that element itself, that is xk. So hence f is onto. So we have proved homomorphism, one-to-one and onto, and also the function is well defined. So let's recall what was first isomorphism theorem, because in the remaining part we are using that to prove the second part of the theorem. Okay, first homomorphism theorem says we're given a function f from g to h, which is a homomorphic function, and we badly need to prove there is kernel of f is normal subgroup of g, and g by kernel of f is isomorphic to image of f. So correspondingly here we have proved like image of f is equal to g by k, and we have our function f from g by s to g by k, which is homomorphic. So by first isomorphism theorem we have kernel of f is equal to k by s. G by kernel of f is isomorphic to image of f by first isomorphism theorem. So this is nothing but a normal subgroup of g by s. And we have from first isomorphism theorem like if kernel of f is a normal subgroup, then g by kernel of f is isomorphic to image of f. So correspondingly we have g by s by k by s is isomorphic to image of f. Image of f is nothing but g by k, that is we have proved above, which is equal to g by k. So that's all about this theorem. So the second part is actually proved with the using first isomorphism theorem. So that's all about this theorem. Thank you.